One of the questions I get asked a lot about Panama, of course, is it safe to live in Panama? If you talk to pretty much any expat living in Panama, whether they're living in Panama City like me, or Coronado Beach, or Bocas del Toro on the Caribbean side, or the mountain haven of Boquete where you find cooler climates, most all of them will tell you that they feel safe in Panama, and in many cases even safer than they did wherever they were living before they moved here. For me, living as a single woman in Panama City, I feel safe to go out at night, whether it be to dinner at a nice restaurant or a bar that makes great cocktails. I feel safe driving around the country as well. Part of my job as Panama editor for International Living is to travel the country so that I can write about it and spend time in all of these great destinations. I've driven at all hours and felt safe on the roads, stopping and asking for directions and that sort of thing. One of the interesting things about Panama, I think, is that a lot of the crime isn't really violent crime. So though you may have some parts of the country that are better and other that are worse, and we certainly try to tell you about the best parts in all of our articles, you will find that generally it's very easy to not make yourself a target in the country. And what we always recommend is just to do what your neighbors do to not make yourself a target. So if you find in Latin America, you will find actually in all over Latin America, security tends to be more visual. So instead of having silent house alarms, people tend to have bars on their windows and on the doors. That's very typical, even in nice areas in Latin America. So we always say, do what your neighbors do. If all the neighbors have the protective doors and windows, and they all have a dog that barks if anybody gets too near to the house, then you want to just do that as well so that you're not standing out as the easy target. And of course, always just use the same good common sense that you use when you're in any city or new destination. Be aware of your surroundings. Just make sure that you are polite. Say por favor and gracias. You will find that people bend over backwards to help you. And of course, I don't recommend flashing expensive jewelry or cash, although you will find that there are a lot of affluent Panamanians who do and are just fine doing so.